Hey everyone, make sure you're using the code ROYAL, as in royal cake, because I know you guys are always asking me for codes, and sometimes there's a bunch of them, sometimes there's none. So it's best to just stock up while you can because we know there's going to be some big holiday events coming up. And we're preparing for All Stars. So don't get stuck buying packs without that extra 5%. It all adds up. So, I wanted to talk to you guys about this very weird event that's happening that's only 1 week long. Now, if you have played Evony for quite a while, this Ekaterina garden event is actually not new, but they have obviously Evony-fied it. Okay, so I want to show you guys what a normal king party cake entails. So when you're looking at the levels, this is the gem level. This is very standard. This is the cost of a cake 10 without Aptoid, right? So if you had a 20% discount with Aptoid, just think of what a big savings that is. Truly, it's a big savings. But look at what the Ekaterina garden event used to be. It used to be only 6 levels and it only was up to 270k gems. So I just did the math and it was 10.8 packs to get all 6 levels of the Ekaterina event. And then when I was like looking back at Evony Wiki, because Evony Wiki was a good resource in the very beginning when I played Evony because it was so hard to understand how to play this game. So it kind of gave you like really good foundational learnings, but I don't know if it really keeps on top of like all the S tier level stuff. And you'll see here that they posted the 6 levels and then crossed it out. And then apparently I guess they made changes and they made the Ekaterina Garden 10 levels, but they did not change the gem amount. And you will see that here. So as you see, there's 10 levels, but you still see 270k gems, which is about $1,100. So I remember getting this in 1008, and it was maybe 3 or 4 times, but every time it would come about, I would always take advantage of it because you were able to get, the supremacy gear and some good stuff for half the cost. So when I bought a pack, I noticed that the level 2 to 3 was still the same as a regular cake, right? It did not correspond to what the old Ekaterina garden used to be. So just to show you that comparison, you'll see here level 3 is 25,000 gems, and you'll see here that level 3 is 25,000 gems. So I could only think, okay, that means that this is just a normal cake cost. So everyone is kind of asking each other, how much is the cake 10? Because people are willing to invest, more if they know that it's going to be half the cost to get the supremacy gear. But it turns out that Big T showed me that somebody got to cake 9 and they're going to 10, and it's 450,000 gems instead of 500,000 gems. That is not a super steep discount, right? But I'm looking at the inflation, right? So back then, when we had that Ekaterina Garden 6, we barely got anything with it, right? And now they're giving us the duty gear, the triple coupon, the meteor stones, the crystals, all this other stuff that used to not even exist back in the day when I first started Ebony. So I'm sure that they're taking into account that, but just for your information, the cake level 10 is cheaper than a regular cake 10. Now, since this is a shortened event, I'm just going to take you through some of the things that I noticed for this event that might be helpful for you. So, well, obviously, getting an extra triple coupon is always a plus. So, the fact that they cut our event short and they're making up for that, I actually appreciate that, triple coupon. So, I'll be sure to be using that. And it looks like they need to basically make it so that they can do timing for Halloween and probably Thanksgiving and Christmas. They probably needed to take out one of the weeks. So that's why they're doing this. If you are needing a Cav General, this new one paired with Hermes has a huge, huge March capacity increase. So I currently am happy with just having my cav pair right now, but definitely if you don't have some of the newer cav generals, that one might be a good one to switch to.